My name's Alethia Gabriel. So I've always been an athlete. So I grew up as a figure skater. I figure skated till I was 15, but I also ran track. I got a scholarship to Michigan State. I got injured, so I didn't end up going. That's okay. In doing track, you still have to do weights. So that's kind of what got me involved and interested in weight training, because I realized that it increased my strength and my speed. Prior to policing, I was a personal trainer. I had my own business, but prior to that, I worked for a gym. So bodybuilding came in a bit later. I always said I wouldn't bodybuild. I was like, I'm not about that. I don't want to get up on a stage in a bikini, which had no interest in it. One day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. My very first competition, I believe, was a 20-week prep. And I put, my heart, soul, just everything into that. And I stepped on stage, I was so proud, and I had so much support.
Side tricep.
It is difficult to be in that space and you get somewhere. You're like, wow, this looks really great. And then you want to beat that almost, right? And it kind of becomes never good enough, I think, at times. And that's when you have to pull yourself back and say, hey, progress, not perfection, because nobody's perfect, right? And if you try to seek perfection, you're never going to get it. And you're never going to be happy, because there's just no such thing. In our minds, we'll get where we want and then we'll want more. I was actually driving on Highway 7 going to Extreme Fitness, and I was speeding, and I got pulled over by a York Regional officer, and he was wonderful. He spoke to me, respectfully, and when he looked in my car, he was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I work at the gym. I'm a personal trainer. And he said, have you ever thought about policing? I'm like, actually, yes, I have. And so I sent him a message, an email, and I said, thank you so much for today. That really meant a lot. I really appreciate the conversation. And I said, I just want to let you know that I signed up for my ATS and this is going to be my test date. And I think from that day, he realized, oh, this person's serious. And then, yeah, I went to do my testing, had all of my interviews, whatnot. However, I didn't get in. I was destroyed. I can't even lie. I felt like I had it, but it's okay because how I was raised and also what I went through as an athlete, getting injured, having to bounce back, having to find new passions, having to refocus energy, just things like that kind of led me to do it again. Let's do this again. So, you know what? You don't succeed by yeses all the time. You really don't. You learn from your failures. If anyone does not learn from their failures and you're not growing each day, then that's a problem, right? So I just learned from that no, and though it was defeating in the moment, it made me better and it made me stronger, and I definitely attribute that to my past, and I definitely attribute that to my training and my constant pursuit of a better me. So I'm part of the newly formed Professionalism, Leadership, and Inclusion Office. It is a mouthful. So our office is there to implement change, to build morale, and to build a happy community of officers and people so we can have just a better working environment and members just to feel happy, included, safe, respected, just everything that you would want to walk into a workplace and feel. I think this job is very interesting in that it challenges you every day, right? It challenges you to give compassion every day. When you're out there and not everybody's kind and the world isn't kind all the time, and how do you take a step back? And even recent things that have evolved in policing, we've had such bad moments. It takes us, because we're not like that, right? And it takes us to show that compassion, to show that care, and to show that love, and to show that kindness. And if you get into this career for the right reason, you're gonna treat everybody the way you would treat your mom or you would treat your grandma. You really would. I want to leave people going, wow, I had a great experience with that officer. You might not have had one with others, but with me, you're gonna say, you know what? I did have one great experience with an officer, and if I can do that to one person, I'm happy.